Hi! Last time, in episode 3 of this tutorial series, we ended up with a user interface where we could select sounds and decide what sound will be played on each of the 16 MIDI channels. Actually, I don't know if you noticed, but on channel 10, drum sounds were played regardless of what sound you selected. That is not an error. That is how MIDI was designed to work. Today, I'm going to make a radical change to the user interface. Instead of being able to select only one MIDI channel from a list box, I want to list all 16 MIDI channels and let the user activate and deactivate, or turn on and off, each one of them at will. Any number of them can be turned on at the same time, which means that more than one sound can be playing at the same time, if required. This kind of feature is called layering. The Roland FP30 implements layering, but only two sounds can be played concurrently. But with this program, I can overcome this limitation. Isn't that wonderful? Let's see how we can implement that. Last time I created a user control for sound selection. Now, instead of a drop-down list box for choosing a channel, which was here, I now have a label widget to simply display the channel number and a checkbox to turn on or off this particular channel. On my user interface, I will have 16 instances of this user control listed one after the other, one for each channel. In the code behind, the constructor of the class has changed somewhat. In it, the channel number and the MIDI device are passed in and set. Unlike last time, this way we don't need a separate initialization method. The rest of the class is pretty much the same, except for the addition of these read-only parameters. I now have a new class called channels. This is where the channel objects are created and added to a list. The getChannel method simply finds and returns a channel object based on the channel number. Let's now see what the main window looks like. The new code is in this area here. The channels object is created, and as we saw earlier, when it is created, a list of all the 16 channels is also built. And now we just have to add each channel as a user control to a container on the user interface. The last thing to cover is what happens when a note is played. Since we now have 16 channels, we need to loop through them and see which one is active. If active, the sound on that channel is played. All good in theory. Let's see how it works. This has been a rough test, But I think you can see that we are getting somewhere. There is still a lot to do though. If you are following this tutorial series, let me know how you find it, whether it is too slow or am I going too fast. Should I get into more details, or whatever your impressions are. Thanks for watching.